All right, everyone gather around. Let me tell you a story about something that happened to me at work today. Editor's note, this video was recorded 2 days before I got fired from the job I'm about to talk about. I do landscaping. I was scaping the land, and I had this guy who was like, I guess, my boss, sort of. I barely work with him, but I was working with him today. He's this old white guy. And and when I say old, I mean like 60, probably 60s, maybe. White hair, white guy, and and this guy, for some reason, every time I get near him, every time I'm in his vicinity, he finds a way to like make me feel stupid. And the worst part about that is I wouldn't consider myself stupid. I don't think I'm a genius by any means, but I'm working a job that I'm overqualified for sure, giving my skills on a computer, skills talking at even like, and but the people that get into manual labor, the people that stick with it outside of their 20s, they're usually not college educated. I'm not college educated. I never could go to college, but that's why I ended up here. If I had gone to college, I'd be doing some IT work somewhere probably. But it's good money, so I stay there. But I'm at work, and this guy he's like, I need you to he's like we're like cleaning up. He's like, just put everything in my truck, and he points to the sidewalk where all these like trash bags and tools are. And so I start bringing the trash bags first because they're the heaviest. I'm getting that out the way, and I start bringing them over to his truck. And I have my AirPods in, of course, noise canceling. I got my podcast playing, because it's the only way you get through a job like that. I don't know how anyone else does that. I think they're fucking psychos, or maybe they're just, their brain capacity is so tiny that they don't need extra stimulation. So I'm bringing it across the street, and I hear like screaming, "Hey, hey!" Sorry for the clipping, but I hear like the fucking most annoying screaming you'll ever hear in your life. And I turn around, he's like, "Not those! You don't put the bags in there. Put those in the other truck." And I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake. So I go back. He's like, "Get that shit out of your ears too." Like you talk about the headphones. Now, this is the kind of job where you can have headphones in if you know what you're doing. If you're given clear direction on what to do, you can just put headphones in, because no one needs to talk to you. No one needs to tell you anything if you just given a task and you go do it. And you're not talking to customers, so yeah, I wear them every day. I wear them when I work, when I cut grass, when I do anything. And this fucking moron, he's like, "Get that shit out of your ears." I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm done. Like, I'm about to just quit this fucking job anyway, so fuck it. I'm not going to say the name of the company quite yet, but maybe I will one day. Who knows? But they fucking... I go up to the guy. I'm like, "Just to be clear, you said to put everything in your truck." And he was like, "I just meant the tools." And so I was like, "Okay, well, you when you say everything, like words, I didn't say... paraphrasing what I said was, well, words have fucking meaning. Words have context to them. Each word in that sentence I could look up in the dictionary. And what it culminates to is take everything you see that's our shit and put it in your truck." He said, "Put everything in my truck." That's what he said, word for word. He didn't say, "Put the tools in my truck, just the tools, put the other things in the other truck." If he had said that, I would have been, okay, got it. But no, he wanted to make me feel stupid for his choice of shitty wording. Like, he chose the words, "put everything in my truck." Okay, everything. That includes the bags are things. They're items, correct? Am I wrong? Tell me in the comments if I'm fucking wrong about that. Are bags of trash considered a thing? When you say everything, do you consider bags of trash part of everything? Because I do. Apparently he doesn't. Apparently not everyone on this fucking planet, or in this fucking country or whatever, in this area, who is speaking perfectly fine English, because I do work with a lot of immigrants who, I get it, their language barrier can cause communication problems. I don't care. I don't care shit about that. That's understandable. There's logic behind that. But when a fucking regular ass white dude is trying to make me feel stupid for his shitty wording, it pissed me off. And I think about all the times, I have so many similar stories, to the point where I don't even know if I could riff one, because they literally, they happen so much. I was actually keeping them written down at some point when one of my friends worked there. And because we were friends outside of work. He no longer works there, but he's my best friend. And we would just fuck around a lot. Not fuck around as like not do our jobs, but we'd make jokes out of all this shit, because he's smart too. And that's why he quit. He got the fuck out of there and is working a better job now. And I'm about to get the fuck out of there too, guys, because I can't. That's why I'm making this video. That's what inspired this, is because I've really always wanted to do YouTube. I do animation, I do music, I do video editing, I do computer shit. I can fix a computer because all you gotta do is usually really simple shit. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not like a tech whiz by any means. Compared to like most people, yeah, I guess I spent most of my life using and learning how to use computers. Fucking, it's sad. It's sad. I'm just gonna make this a sob story. Fuck it. You can click off the video if you don't want to hear a guy complain about, you know, his job. But this is what it is. I grew up always. I grew up to the point where I learned how to read and write at the age of 2. I'm gonna boast my own horn, make myself look like a genius. I was told I should skip grades. I never did because of the social aspect. My mom didn't want me to skip grades. My dad died of cancer. He was the only other person in my family that really understood art and logical thinking. I talked to his family, and they're all very logical, very. You can have a conversation with these people. You can make references that won't just fall on deaf ears. My mom, God bless her heart, great woman. Not like that. She's not really like that. She's not a logical person. She's not a very, like... I mean, she's smarter than this fucking guy. She's smarter than most people. My mom's very smart. I'm not saying she's stupid by any means. She's definitely smart. But she doesn't understand, like, computers or, like... She thinks technology is like the devil, and she's a super right-wing, like... You know, sounds stupid on paper, but I swear to God, she has street smart. She's got her wits about her. She's not like... She's not like these people, these manual labor guys who are basically just fucking... catatonically done and ruined, and fucking they'll never learn a thing. You try to have a conversation with these people and they just start talking about themselves, or they talk about work all the time. Like, that's how you know when you're at a job, and when you're at a manual labor job like this, like the people who are cool versus the people, like the smart people. The way I can like differentiate smart people versus dumb people is like, can you talk about something outside of work? Because a lot of these people, like I've worked with these people, and they fucking you try to talk about anything in your personal life, and they just okay, cool. They're just trying to be a human being. They don't want to be human beings though. They want to just get the job. But I talked to smart people. I talked to this one guy. He's from Venezuela, and he's like in his late 30s, early 40s, I'd assume, and he speaks really good English and really good obviously really good Spanish, but. I mean, he speaks like the best English at the company out of the people who didn't naturally or normally speak it. And he was telling me about how he was like a businessman. He had an auto mechanic business that he owned in Venezuela, and it was fucking valuable. And he was like a rich man. And then he came to the States to try to expand his business. And when he was in the States over that time, ironically enough, the United States invaded Venezuela, and their economy fucking crashed so hard that... Like, he went from having basically the American equivalent of $1 million to the American equivalent of $80 because their economy crashed. So now he's stuck in America, and now he's got to do this shit work, and he knows it. He's self-aware, and he's sad, and he's depressed, and he's like, fuck my life. And that's the only other person there, other than, like, a couple of people my age, that are just like, man, fuck this, fuck my life, this is terrible. But he was the only one who really could tell that to me, and I don't think it was a language barrier thing because other people there speak English too. It's not that. It's just this thing that I found in these older people, most of them at least, older men, I should say, is that they're very just brainwashed or brain dead. I don't know what to call it. I mean, I guess they go home and they turn on their TV and they drown it all out, or some of them just come home and they work more. And it's not like they're badly, like they don't have to work like 2 jobs. They're not living high, you know, they don't have to feed families. Like most of these people, their kids are gone. They don't even they're not like putting this money towards anything. There was this other guy there, and he was like a black dude, and he was extremely brainwashed. Like the dude he'd only talk about work, and that was it. Every single and not even the job you're doing, if not the job you're at right there, he would talk about his next job, his side jobs, his bricklaying jobs, his stone laying jobs, as he would say, and he would just talk and talk and talk, and he'd never stop talking, and he'd only talk about work, and it would always be either complaining about his jobs or bragging about his jobs. And I'm like, buddy, pick a lane. Like you can't do both. Like, and you know, he had anger issues. He was He was probably, I didn't say his age, I guess like, yeah, probably, maybe I did say his age, like 40s, maybe mid 40s, late 40s, I don't know. But you know, it's just a thing that I've realized I got to get out of here, man. I got to get the fuck out of here. These are not the people I want to spend my life around. People that don't use words right when they speak English. I'm talking, you know, native English speakers that don't know how to speak English, and fucking people that like all they care about is titties. What is it? This is the straight. I'm not straight. I'm a gay guy. And that's another thing. I want to get into that. I honestly wanted that to be the topic of this video, but then this happened today, and I don't know. It brought this on, and I have shit to say about it. Being gay at a fucking manual labor job is exhausting. It's fucking exhausting. Because, you know, not only am I gay, but I'm also left-wing. I mean, there's plenty of gay Republicans and shit. They probably, you know, that's probably the thing that they relate to their straight friends, straight male friends on is like, oh, not all straight men are Republican. I'm not saying that. But manual labor people are mostly Republican. And they're mostly not like, they're not like those college-y Republicans that, like, know words like dog whistle and virtue signal and all these buzzwords. They don't know it. They're just like, oh, man, Trump says he's going to, you know, get the immigrants out, even though half of the people that you work with are immigrants, and your whole company would be up in flames if that happened. And anyway, I'm not gonna start debating them. But you know, these are the types of people that they only care about tits. Like that's all, and ass and girls. Like they only talk about, man, look at the tits on her. Oh, look at the biddies. Oh, the bitches. I want to fuck all the bitches. I want to fuck some pussy. I love pussy. That's their entire personality, and it's either that or this job that I'm working, or it's never like they never play video games, it seems, or they never watch movies, or they never fucking, they don't do shit. I'm like, do you play an instrument? No. Do you fucking draw? No. None of them do anything. They don't do anything, and they only care about titties, and I had to put up with that, and that doesn't annoy me. Like, that's not, I'm not being like the gay guy that's like, oh, I hate when straight people talk about their sexuality. Don't flaunt your sexuality. I won't flaunt mine. I don't care. If you flaunt, everyone can flaunt their sexuality as much as they want. I don't give a shit about that. That's fine. Titties are fine. Titties are cool. I'm a fan. I mean, I'm not a huge fan. I don't want to suck on them or anything. I mean, I could. It's not going to gross me out to suck on a titty. But fucking, you don't have to, you can there's other things in this world, man. And it's like, I really is caveman thinking, because we're put on this earth, if, you know, by whatever force, and our whole goal is to reproduce. So obviously they're doing something right. They're doing something more right than I'm doing. I'm fucking things up by sucking this much dick and drawing all these pictures. I'm not doing shit for the world, but I'm fine with that. I'm smart. Smart people shouldn't have to do shit for the world. Fuck us. Or fuck them. Or fuck, I don't care. Whatever. These people, I'm joking, by the way. I'm being, I guess glib would be the word. I'm being glib. But being gay there, it's hard because people keep asking, like people will bond over the titties. The language barrier dissolves once you start talking about, you know, putas and chicas and fucking whatever the hell. They can talk in that and they learn that second language that everyone else is speaking, which is titties and ass. I love that shit. And again, fine if you do. Go ahead, talk about it. I don't care. Bond over it. Fine, that's cool. End racism over it. Fuck it. And but then they want to involve me in the conversation, and they just make so many homophobic and especially transphobic jokes. I mean, dude, I'm sure if you told these guys you were gay, they wouldn't really care. They wouldn't be like, fuck you. But if you tried to say anything about your gender identity, they would fucking be like, well, I don't want any part of that. I'll get that shit away from me. I don't. And they would. That's the new homophobia, is transphobia. I mean, it's the new. It's the new. Because you could be a gay Republican. If you're a gay trans person, you're fucked. Editor's note. I meant to say Republican trans people, not gay trans people. Like that's just not even like a. That doesn't exist. I mean, it does, but you know they're rich and they are Caitlyn Jenner. And if they do exist in smaller forms, I mean, they're probably just straight Nazis. Like, if you're a gay Republican, you're already probably like one of those or if you're a trans Republican, you're probably like a 4chan, like, political Nazi. Like, you're probably one of those internet-dwelling incel types, like, maybe the only reason you transitioned was because you wanted to get pussy, like Christian. So I don't know. I'm getting off on a tangent, but that's what this show is all about. So if you ever want to hear a guy complain and talk and you think I'm charismatic, fucking keep watching. I'm going to make more videos in the future. I don't really know if there's a point to... I guess I got to wrap this up with a point. It's my first video, so give me a break. I know it's not going to be the most entertaining shit ever, but it's good to keep in the background. I want to be background noise for you. I want you to absorb this while you play a game. That's why all you're going to see on screen is a game, which I'm going to choose later. I don't know what game I should put on here. I don't really care. It doesn't really matter. You're not watching for the gameplay, but it's there for your visual comfort if you just want to watch something. I think we're going to put on a pseudoregalia. I've been obsessed with it recently. It's a crazy platformer that it encourages speed running and game breaking and sequence breaking and like getting to places you're not supposed to get to just by exploiting the physics. It's if you like Sonic Adventure just because it's fun to fucking jump off of shit and break the game. Sonic Adventure 2 even there's a move in it literally from Sonic Adventure 2, the bounce jump that's tech in Sonic Adventure 2. You're not supposed to be able to do it, but they made it an actual move in this game that you can do. Anyway, yeah. So I guess my conclusion would be. People that work manual labor are stupid and homophobic. That's what the title of this video is gonna be. For the most part, it's gonna be like the part in the parentheses in the in the thumbnail. Because if you're watching this and you work manual labor and you agree with me, don't be the guy that gets offended at saying, "Well, I work manual labor." I'm not talking to you, but you should know that I'm not talking to you, and you should be able to relate to this. And maybe you're not gay, but if you're smart and you work a manual labor job, you should probably be able to relate to the fact that most of the people around you are fucking mouth breathing morons. Anyway, I'm signing off. Benchy Bobsled out. Go listen to my album when it comes out in a couple weeks, I think. And yeah, have a good day.